Alright, shalom.
So first and foremost, I want to give our praises to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rekakodash.
We see the Lord's apostles and elders of great Muslim well, our teachers or apostles in the shoot, and we say salutations, so they are coming to the push on the church and say every day and the out, constant season of season, we say shalom.
Shalom.
Once again, going into the word here, this prophesying and bring all the things that the Lord said that would happen in the time at the end, so we know we at the end, you understand? With some of the things happening, recently I was watching a video from one of the elders, PJ's GMS Watchman, and he did a video where they show you that the passing laws where if you speak anything radical online, they could basically come down on you. You understand? They could basically throw you in prison, or you can face up to a $20,000 charge. You understand? A fee you have to pay. You understand? And eventually, we don't know that is coming down to what? That is the devil knowing yet about a short time. So obviously, they're coming down upon this word.
Okay.
You understand? The that's what the in Jeremiah 28 there, please.
What the prophets are prophesying.
Yeah, because we know eventually, they're doing this to stop what? They stop the word.
Okay.
And someone saying to stop the word, to ban the Bible. Because what they will say is that the Bible have radical view. You understand? There's already hear them talking about that. Right?
I got quick stuff here.
Yeah, go ahead.
For sure. I quick stuff here, and we're just sitting.
Yeah, go ahead.
See, there's Revelations 13 verse 15. It say, and he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed.
Yeah.
You understand? And that's what you're already seeing right now. Right now the beast using his power, the power that is given unto him. So whoever don't want to comply to the beast structure, you understand, could be killed.
Mm-hmm.
Or if not, cast into prison.
Yeah. And see the system. When you fall in the system and so forth, obviously you become an enemy to them. You understand? So eventually they'll do what? You become a threat, they become radical. You understand? Your views are not their views, so one time you don't know, you become an enemy. Is the same with their enemy to the Lord, because their views and the Lord uses two different things. The things that are said in the scriptures and what they're doing is two different things. So they basically is an enemy. Same way for you to pills and so forth. You're an enemy to the Lord. You understand? Because you'll choose this place and choose the things that here over what is the Lord said, or what is the Lord said to do. You understand? Well,
let's see. Jeremiah 28 verse 8 is say the prophets that have been before me and before thee of old prophesied both against many countries and against great kingdoms.
Against what?
Great kingdoms. And America is what? A great kingdom.
Great kingdom. A great kingdom. Go ahead.
They say of war and of evil and of pestilence.
Yeah, so they prophesy of all these things. And what you prophesy against these things, obviously you would be considered what? Radical. You'll be considered what? A threat. You understand? So they know passing these laws, even they know the word getting outside there. So they have to bring ways to make it seem like to stop it, to hold it back. You understand? That is why they paint the image. That is why they paint that image on us. The black Hebrew Israelites, and they have these other camps.
Movements.
Yeah, they have these other camps and going in the gun range, and obviously we know some of the camps basically sold out. You understand? Because doing that, you're full of the Esau trap. But nonetheless, the scripture says we will prophesy against these things. You understand? And we will still do it today. The men of the Lord will obviously do that. They will prophesy no matter what it is. That is why, yes, when I mentioned in Brian T. Jackson video, the video that he did, he said that he don't do the extra stuff and that he will die and thing. No, and that is just to show you a false prophet from a prophet, because the prophets used to do these things. They used to warn you and tell you where you're going off. They used to do these things, but a false prophet would be in a mindset like Brian T. Jackson. That this place is a friend.
Speak unto us smooth things.
Yes, because there's no prophesy that. Someone said, prophesy that. No one, I think they're going through it like the false prophets.
Maybe this next
Yeah,
verse.
but
It said, Jeremiah 28 verse 9, it said, a prophet which prophesieth of peace, when the word of the prophet shall come to pass, then shall the prophet be known that the Lord had truly sent him.
that what?
That the Lord had truly sent him.
Read back one more time for me, please.
It said, the prophet which prophesieth of peace, when the word of the prophet shall come to pass, then shall the prophet be known that the Lord had truly sent him. You understand? These men, them who talking about peace and safety. And say what? It says sudden destruction shall come. They say that even in Deuteronomy, it say if the prophet prophesy a thing, if it come to pass, then you would know if he's really a prophet of the Lord.
Yeah, and just to say, the chip. That's one of the main prophecies, which is the chip, right? The chip, the apostles and elders, way before was talking about that. Even the apostles before them. Before you know, and you got to see who is the prophet of the Lord. The apostles of Great Millstone, the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. The things they teach us, the things that we learn from them, you basically see that happening right now. You know, things that the one way before that we came in the truth hearing, you see that happening now. You hear them talking about talking about pestilences and all these things, you know. Here I'm talking about the evils that will come and so forth, and what is happening right now? What is happening right now? You understand? And again,
coming to pass.
Yeah, and again, majority of the times that you hear that you read with the prophets of the Lord, you always hear them giving warning. Jericho, Moses, Elijah, and all the rest. All the rest, they give warning. You understand? It just doesn't come to tell the way it doesn't call it, as I say, nice things, sweet things. You understand? Just like and the easy mindset that Jake being, they want to do the hardest set of stuff, right? But they want to hear the nicest set of stuff about them. You understand? They want to hear the nicest set of stuff. It don't work so. It don't work so that is to show you how easy it is to be caught as well, to be caught up in a false prophet. A prophet a false prophet like Barnum T. Jackson are coming and telling them, well, you know, you can do this and that's okay. We're not go and bring it down and these things.
That's one of the plots in the head.
Yeah, the one
the one who was going by the brothers and camps and cause.
No, the one who going in the camps, that Lynn, Pastor Lynn or something like that. Yeah, that is his name. Lynn something. That's the one who was going by the camps and looking for. Yeah. That the one I tell you who was editing up the videos. When you go by the camps, the brothers and them answering him and cutting them up on whatever it is, and he not answering. But what he doing is that when he uploading his video, he cutting it up and making it look like they wasn't answering or they couldn't answer and things that way.
I think he was calling police for men or kind of thing.
Yeah, I think he have a kind of I believe it's not plus, it's locks, and he have a kind of a beard on the face, and it look kind of oolish. And a little kind of grey hair on the top of it,
and I mean, at the end of one of the videos, he was telling them, you need to obey the Lord, or else the curses will come up. I'm like, oh, were you talking about curses?
Yeah.
He's a Christian. You talking about curses? Christianity don't talk about curses.
Yeah, and he just come with some Edomites and they with them, man.
Yeah, I see a few people with them.
Sometimes he just come by himself and thing. But if you notice, some of the things he do is for the internet.
Yeah, it's like to get gathering.
It's to get gathering and to get views. Because I remember at that time where one of the first videos I saw him was not even on YouTube, like just on social media, where he was basically coming down on he was reading the Bible and some police come and it looked like he's standing ground and thing that way. But later on you get to see like basically he must do that for views, like because he must be working with the police.
Just to make it look like he's such a people and for the Bible.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
And you see scripture say what? Curse be them that do the work of the Lord deceitfully.
Yeah.
They have to answer for that.
That's something.
Yeah.
There's Jeremiah 16, I'll start from verse 10. And it shall come to pass, when thou shalt show this people all these words, and they shall say unto me, wherefore had the Lord pronounced all the so wherefore had the Lord pronounced all this great evil against us? or what is our iniquity, or what is our sin that we have committed against the Lord our God. He's always going, Jay. They want to know where to break the law, how to break the law. What did the Lord say?
I don't deserve this.
Yeah. When the Bible say, the Lord say, great destruction. When the Bible say the curses come upon me, when the Bible say, that is, as I say, they will say, wherefore had the Lord pronounced all this great evil against us? And it's just right inside of here. But they being in that mindset where everything good, they was thought everything gonna be good from the Lord. And the false prophets just deceiving and continue deceiving and so forth. They're not going to happen. So when the evil do come, this is how they will be. They will be like, Lord, wherefore had the Lord pronounced all this great evil against us? Or what is our iniquity? Or what is our sin that we have committed against the Lord thy God? As your brother said before, you all want people to speak sweet words unto you all. So you all don't want to be reproved. You all don't want to be corrected. So you all don't want to hear your iniquity.
You see that same thing you read, it happened in Jeremiah 5, in Jeremiah 15.
Yeah.
That many different places the Lord said the same thing because He know His people.
Yep.
They will always come after they do the foolishness and they're being chastised for it to act like if I don't deserve this. Why all this happening to me? They're always clueless. You understand? Like if they do nothing wrong.
Yeah, that's right. And that's a mindset of Jake. That they never do nothing wrong. They never do nothing wrong. You understand that they don't need the judgment. They don't need it. You understand? They're always right. That is the mindset that they're always in.
And that next false teaching of society and of Christianity that forgiveness equals no punishment.
That's right.
You understand? But it doesn't work like that. Even though just like when the Lord might forgive you, you still have to suffer something for the act that you did. It's safe to say wherever you sow you shall reap.
This was last night. I don't know if it was last night after we done thing. I can't remember if it was last night or the day before night. Where I was watching something and it was basically talking about it was talking about that way, say, where in order to know that you receive forgiveness, you have to receive pain. You understand? You have to receive something to show that you receive forgiveness. And that is the thing with the Lord. The Lord see you chastise here to show your love. You understand? So at the end of the day, you don't know how it is the Lord going to deal with you. As the same way somebody really care or think you will receive punishment. The same way like a father would punish his child.
That doesn't mean that you don't forgive them.
That doesn't mean you don't forgive them, but you have to punish them. You understand? The same way with the Lord. The Lord will forgive him, but you have to receive a punishment. You understand?
Because it's justice. You seem like if you do something good, you receive a reward. If you do something bad, you have to receive your punishment.
Just as you say. Just as the thing is, you really feel just saying. You really feel just asking for forgiveness and you get forgiven, and that is it.
For all your chances, all the things you do.
For all the things you do. For all your wickedness you do, you find that is all you deserve at all? Nah, you gotta feel. Where that come.
Yeah. You don't get a lecture.
Yeah.
Don't do that again.
Yeah. That is what I want.
You say there's Isaiah 30 verse 9, you say that this is a rebellious people, lying children that will not hear the law of the Lord. Because really and truly, when you go to I'll put this on pause for a second. I'll go to second Esdras. Alright. I'll go to second Esdras, second Esdras 7, I believe. Right, second Esdras 7 verse second Esdras 7, scripture talk about what? They would not hear the law of the Lord, right? The second Esdras 7 verse 19, it say, and he said unto me, there is no judge above God, and none that had understanding above the highest. Right? To say, for there be many that perish in this life because they despise the law of God that is set before them. You understand? And the same spirit of 2,000 people are in today. They despise the law of the Most High. They don't want to hear about the Lord's ordinances. They don't want none of these restrictions that's stopping them from doing what they enjoy. None of these things. They want to live how they want, when they want, do whatever they feel like. You understand? They despise the law of the Lord. And the scriptures show you that in many different places, even in Jeremiah also. Right? It say, for God had given straight commandments to such as come what they should do to live. Because this is referred to also as what? The book of life. right? This book of life is instruction of how the people, not all people, at least not yet. In the kingdom, it will be all people, but it was given as an instruction for how Israel is supposed to live. Now, in the kingdom, all nations will be subjected to this, but it was first given to who? To Israel, right? How to live, to please the Most High, how to live peaceably among your brethren, and how to not do corrupt things. You know, how to be a holy people, right? It's even as they came, and what they should observe to avoid punishment, because what scriptures say, what sin is transgression of the law, and transgression equals what? Punishment. That is why when you commit sin, you transgress, and you have to be punished for it in some way. Even if the Lord might show you mercy, you has had to endure something for what it is you did, right? That is balance, right? You do good, you reap good. You do bad, you reap bad. That is balance, right? Verse 22, it said, nevertheless, they were not obedient unto him, but spake against him and imagined vain things. Right? So there seems a different prophet giving the account of the same spirit that Israel was in. Right? It say, verse 23, it say, and deceived themselves by their wicked deeds meaning against the law, and said of the Most High that he is not, and knew not his ways. Right? So that the same spirit all people was in the time of Esdras, and the same spirit all people was in the time of Isaiah. Right? I'll read it over. Isaiah 30 verse 9, right? Isaiah 30 verse 9. It says that this is a rebellious people, lying children that will not hear the law of the Lord. And even today is no different. That is scripture say, what? 2/3 shall be cut off and die. Because 2/3 of Israel, they're not going and acknowledge the wrongs, they're not going and try to change the ways. You understand? They're not going and try to do what is pleasing to the Most High. They want to try to do what is pleasing to the system, or what is pleasing to themselves, or probably the wife, or whoever it is they're trying to please. Everybody, Jake always trying to please everybody except the Most High. You understand? Verse 10 is say, which say to the seers, see not, and to the prophets, prophesy not unto us right things, speak unto us smooth things, prophesy deceit. And that is where you get good examples of these pastors who has been going around teaching the people vain things, teaching them pleasant things. The scriptures have pleasant things, but it's not all pleasant things. You're supposed to teach the sweet as well as the bitter. And the scriptures talk about in Ezekiel. You have to teach the both. You can't just want to teach them the nice things. When it comes to the harsh things, you want to sweep down under the rug. Scriptures talk about the whole book. The Lord come in the volume of the book, the whole book. And you have to accept the good as well as the bad. Right? Prophesy deceit. It say, verse 11, it say, get you out of the way, turn aside out of the path, cause the Holy One of Israel to cease from before us. And even now, even as these people going through the calamity, that is the same spirit that they're in, that is the same mindset that they're in. They don't want no part of the Lord. They don't want no part. Even we come and teach people these things, some will listen only because they're going through calamity. Others wouldn't care. And majority of them who are going through calamity right now, they'll listen because of the calamity. And as soon as things start to calm down, they go right back to being the old wicked self. Why? Because the Lord to them is a convenience tool. They don't want to serve the Lord in sincerity and in truth. They're just using the Lord as a convenience tool. You understand? That is the mindset that they're in. They're not trying to be, like how I often say, to be a servant of the Lord, you have to first be a servant. A lot of people out here don't know how to be a servant. They're looking for the Lord to serve them. They're going to church. Why? Because they want the Lord to give them riches. They want the Lord to do this and that for them. They don't come to church. Majority of them, I won't say all, but majority of them don't come to church thinking about what they could do for the Lord. It's always about what the Lord could do for them. You understand? They're not in a servant's mindset. And that is not the people that the Lord looking for. Right? The Lord looking for the ones to serve him in sincerity and in truth. And he was talking to the woman by the well. And he was talking to the woman by the well, and he was explaining something to she. You understand? There's John 4. I'll start from verse 22, right? There's John 4 verse 22. It says, "Ye worship, ye know not what. We know what we worship, for salvation is of the Jews." It says, "But the hour cometh, and now is, when the true worshippers shall worship the Father in spirit and in truth." And how is worship the Most High in spirit and in truth? By doing it according to this word. Not you feel to do this, so you do it, or you like this, so you do it, but you don't like that, so you don't want to do that. That is not servant's mindset. You understand? That is not mindset of humility. Because if it was a carnal person you had to answer to, when they tell you to go and do something, you had to do it. And even if you didn't really like it, you had to go and do it, or else you would have a punishment to face. People don't view the Lord that way. They follow what's convenient for them, and what they don't like, they don't follow, and they have a million excuses why they don't. Right? It say for the Father seeketh such to worship Him. So that is the mindset. That is the mindset of a servant to the Lord, to do what is pleasing to the Lord, even though at times it might not be pleasant. You understand? Verse 24, it says, "God is a spirit, and they that worship Him must worship Him in spirit and in truth," which goes back to this. You understand? Which goes back to this.
Which worship in what?
In spirit and in truth.
So, in spirit and in truth, as the brother said, it goes back to this. This is John 6 verse 63, right? This is let's say here, "It is the spirit that quickeneth, the flesh profiteth nothing. The words that I speak unto you, they are spirit and they are life." So as the brother said, went back to this, and the scripture is telling you here what is spirit and what is life. The words. So you don't know this is where you have to be. Yeah, and someone saying nobody can change you from that. This is where you find the truth. You see the scripture say, "When thou only be justified, you turn to His words." That is where you turn to this. And someone saying this where you turn to this. So
if I can say, when you look at all the different scriptures that the Bible give you warning in terms of how to actually prepare for the times to come, it points right back to itself.
Right back here.
Right back to itself. Yeah. It says, "Wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability at thy times." Yeah, all these different scriptures showing you that is the understanding of the scriptures and faith you have to lean on to be able to get past the perils that are to come.
And as I say, say what? Wisdom and what? And knowledge shall be the stability of this time.
You ain't talking about mathematics.
No. And the time that they're coming into wisdom and knowledge really and truly going to be the stability of the time, because I was watching a trailer for a movie, and in the movie it was like some apocalyptic scene, whatever it is, right? Yeah. Like the end of the world kind of scene.
Like a kind of I Am Legend kind of.
Yeah, so you know the world and in catastrophe, chaos and so forth. Mm-hmm. And people flocking to go in the church, remember? We just always talk about that, how in the end time people going to flock to go in the church, right? And in the church, I just to show you that they don't have no wisdom when it comes to this word, right? Somebody jump up and tell it pass, I thought a little girl, right? Mm-hmm. in the church. And they jump up on the ball, "Hey, like we sacrifice the girl." You understand what I'm saying? Like we sacrifice the girl to make this thing go. You understand where we did to go? And the pastor was like,
"More like?"
Yeah. The pastor was like, alright. And that is to show you, if you don't have wisdom and knowledge, it's going to be caught up in whatever it is coming at the end. You know, someone saying, and where to say wisdom and knowledge is, the Lord tell us is it here. So we in here, we don't know what it is we looking forward to. Before it's prophet, before this, whatever it is coming our way, we know it is, because this is where what we believe in.
Right. If I can say, that stability go a long way, because even as the scriptures give you warning for false prophets, you understand, that come and try to divide the flock. If you have the wisdom and knowledge of the scriptures, you know to avoid these people. You understand? You know how to be able to if you had to be around them, you know how to keep your mind stable in situations. When calamity break out, you have an idea of what you're supposed to face, mm-hmm. and how to deal with it accordingly. Mm-hmm. You understand? That wisdom and knowledge will help you in that time.
Yeah.
You understand? Along with faith. You understand? Because scripture says, without faith it's impossible to please Him.
To please the Lord, that's right. And that's a beautiful thing. And again, we need time that people lack in faith. And someone saying, especially to the fact that we, like how we start, how they radicalizing certain things that they could say and so forth. Obviously, they don't know where it's reaching to. They're targeting the word, they're targeting the Bible, right? So obviously the scriptures say faith come by what? By hearing the word. If you can't hear the word, you're not gonna have no faith. And that is just all the things that the Lord warns us about. That the land won't be what barren of faith and so on. All these things that the Lord warns us about. So without faith, then how you gonna be strong? How it is you gonna know what it is? How it is you gonna, be in that rightful mindset? You're not. How it is you gonna serve the Lord with all faith because they don't have it. So anything come your way and anything you hear, you don't go in with. Because you're looking for answers, trying to feed the soul, so you're going with what wages ever coming your way.
You wasn't grounded in what you already believe.
That's right. Brother.
There's Luke 18 and start from 7. It says, and shall not the Most High avenge his own elect, which cry day and night unto him, though he bear along with them. And all these things that go and happen also is also the Lord avenging his elect. The destruction of the two-thirds, the scriptures say what? They say, "O Jerusalem, they that slay the prophets." You understand? All people on this side are our enemies right now. 2/3 of our people and the other nations. So the Lord coming back to deliver us and also to afflict them.
That's why when certain scriptures we read, when they say enemy, sometimes they're talking about Jew, sometimes they're talking about the heathens. Understand?
Say so. Would he not avenge us? God's will, yes. And that God's will that we are those men.
Yet also imagine that even the Lord called us enemies and heathens as well. He even called Israelites heathens. Them that is in Matthew, them that in hear the word, that's what we paraphrase on the word, he called them what? Call them heathens. They become like heathens. You understand? So it are plenty things that, again, if you don't know, you're dead.
Like Corinthians say, you were Gentiles.
Yeah. But in this one particular thing, he call it a heathen.
See, verse 8, right? Luke 18, verse 8, say, I tell you that he will avenge them speedily.
You know what?
He will avenge them speedily. It says, nevertheless, when the Son of Man cometh, shall he find faith on the earth?
Shall he find faith? That's what I question, That question, shall he find faith? Because again, we in that time, they're going to stop us from soon. We don't already can't go outside to preach because why? They lock down the place, they put restrictions and all this other stuff that they do. You understand?
And virtually also.
And virtually they're already passing the laws. They're doing this and so forth. So you don't see where. Oh, you go and hear the word.
Just now it's Amos 8:11, Just now Amos 8:11.
And matter of fact, you go be hearing a word, but it wouldn't be the Lord's word. You go be hearing something, and you not being grounded, going to fall to that. You just going, you will just be in the madness. Someone saying you gonna be in that madness.
Because that Jake is in time of calamity, they just grab onto anything that seem convenient. You understand? So when the Lord, as you say, he caused our tongue to cleave to the top of your mouth. You understand? When that time come and people not hearing the word and they seeing calamity, they go and look to grab onto every little teaching and every little doctrine. You understand? That seem to make some kind of sense to them.
I think it's a joke when you're watching movies like, oh, we just always bring it up, you're watching movies and see people running to church. You think of that? That's not a joke that basically going to happen. Because when earthquakes, when things happen, where feel is going, where feel are rushing to? They're running straight to the churches.
That little girl go and get off up the
mic.
Yeah,
I'll show you the trailer before you leave. I think it was last night I was watching that. Yeah, she gonna get off up.
And you see, even they put it in movies because remember, the elites know the scriptures. They know things like this go and happen. They know people go and bug out. They know people going and be eating each other. They know all these craziness going to be going on. When people watching this and this look real entertaining, not knowing that that going to be the state of people out here soon to come.
Does he even add to that? If you watch right now, like if you're keeping up to the news, you would know that right now, majority of the billionaires in the world, they live in the companies. They actually
the CEOs.
They actually live in the companies, and people was like, why? You understand? Like why they living? And That was a big trending thing the other day. Why all these people leaving the $1 billion companies?
They put somebody else to run it and
the staying behind the scenes. It's like nothing happening to the company because the company running no matter what. They running. But why you leaving a company? You still have some of them still at age that they could run. Some of them even need to back down because there's already a head CEO. You understand? But they're leaving. Why?
I'm going on a long vacation.
Yeah, because as somebody say, these men know something going to happen. Something going to happen.
Like the when.
They are aware. You understand? They are aware.
So lucky.
You understand? So they know well, hey, we have to leave here, we have to leave this. I'm prepared. The same way right now people was laughing about like the other night I was speaking with somebody and say, but you always think what you're saying is right and you're conspiracy. It's just a conspiracy. At the end of the day, if you do believe, at the end of the day, that's what I tell him. That's what I tell him. If you do believe, at the end it shall speak. He get that. I say in some years ago, or men used to be telling only about plagues, and men used to be telling only about diseases to come. They get quiet. I say, and only call it a conspiracy 3 years ago. What if I say what we know? If nobody can answer, so I say, alright, well if you don't believe again, that is signed by you. It could be to the fact that they wouldn't believe until eventually you perish.
So do it, tarry, wait for it.
Do it, tarry, wait for it. You understand? That's why the Lord say, let patience work a perfect work. You know, someone saying.
Alright, see, I think most of the jakes out here, they don't want these things to happen. Why? Because they're good here.
They're good here. That's right. And that is why that precept we bring on where you talk about prophesy nice things unto us. You know, tell us nice things, smooth things. That is what they want. They don't want to hear anything about destruction coming. What they want is to hear about we coming back to a better place.
Carnival next year.
Utopia. You know, that is what they want to hear. They don't want to hear anything I don't know. And like I was telling them, I say, you saying this offer your opinion. It don't change the fact that what it is I telling you happening. You telling me about some fucking shit about hey, mind the French, but nonetheless, you telling me some shit about what you feel or what you think
fine shit happen
or going to happen when you watch everything on the news, you read the prophecies and so forth, that not going to happen again. So who opinionated is you. The truth is the truth, and they cannot deny that. Just as it is what it is with the Lord. Like them, they would believe in a pastor telling them, don't worry, pray, let us heal the world, and they would believe that. Yeah. They would literally believe that they could pray and heal the world.
Make a chain.
Yeah, make a chain. Everybody hold a chain, and they will literally believe that. But when it comes to the hearing the Lord's word, the righteous way, the proper way, nah, it's a that is like a sin unto them. Hearing the word the righteous way is like a sin unto them. And that is why the Lord say at the end, for plenty false prophets shall what?
And deceive many.
Deceive many. It didn't say deceive few, or it didn't say deceive a little bit. It said deceive many. Many. You understand? Many. And this,
make it a better place.
And hey, again, people that be watching the movies and think showing them this game. People think that.
All these movies have the things like at Star Wars. All of these things have subliminal meanings behind it. Things like these apocalyptic movies, even with Godzilla. All of those things has some kind of biblical origin to it.
And that's the thing, it have. When you see people lost like zombies in the movies and so forth, where you feel like they're going to be all the soon when this place crash, or they're going to be walking in the streets mad, looking for something. That's all they're going to be.
Brains.
Yeah, that's all they're going to be. You thinking it's a game? And that's the thing. People selling a love mindset like if you feel this elite give a fuck about all that. They don't.
The PM don't. Maybe the Prime Minister.
They don't. They have their agenda set. Like I was telling them about the lost Luna Decalogue. The stone, no. The Georgia Guilestone, the Georgia Guilestone, we marked 500 people.
And he bought 500 million.
And one of them bought land. But that is your conspiracy. I said, dog, it on a tablet across there. I said, literally.
What is that theory?
You see, but that must just, I said, dog, Go on Google and you would see it as a monument.
Ah.
And that is Jake mindset, that they don't believe till shit happen to them, until there's one of the billions that get killed.
You can imagine your enemy making a stone, putting it 500 million. Then the first thing on the list said, maintain humanity under 500 million. They have it in over, I think, almost every language you could think of that is spoken today.
Yeah.
That anybody who come there could read it, and they have surveillance cameras watching this to make sure nobody interfere with it. That is a conspiracy theory.
And we're here to say, and even to add what you're saying,
Wow. So people are really
no,
lost to that.
No, they're not lost. They don't want to accept the fact. You understand? Yeah, they don't want to accept the fact. The world is not run by your opinions. That is what Esau give all it to believe, that all your opinions matter. It don't fucking matter.
You know, he's saying that's the best slave is one who think he free.
Yeah, I think if your opinions don't matter. You trying to put 3 and 3 plus 3 and 3 is 6, whatever it is, and trying to add it into this world, it don't matter. Whatever they feel to do right now, because they're in charge. You understand? It's in charge. They're in charge. They can do whatever they want. You feel this particular thing happening right now, you feel that was just coincidence. You feel that was coincidence.
You feel your opinion will make them not force this or that upon you.
Yeah. You feel come on. You have no say. You should a pawn. You understand? You should a pawn. And that is also show you how Jake, the mindset. As Jeremiah said, they revolt and they go on. They're gone.
Anything that is not righteousness, they're done for.
But and that is why we say this place had to be destroyed. This place really and truly had to be destroyed. With all this thing happening, you all think Esau still love all you? Bill Gates coming out 3 years ago and telling all you 3 years ago that a disease coming. Right? And it did come. He's a fucking prophet.
Now they will believe him more than they will believe
Yeah,
him.
because why? Because he have money. When they say a rich man speak it, the people listen. You understand? So this because they're making it, you idiot. They're making it, I say this is the simple way to be what? Destroyed by.
He's our savior.
Yeah.
He's our savior. So there's Isaiah 55, I'll start from 10. It say, for as the rain cometh down, and the snow from heaven, and return it not thither, it say, but water it the earth, and make it bring forth and bud, that it may give seed to the sower, and bread to the eater. It say, so shall my word be that goeth forth out of my mouth. It shall not return unto me void, but it shall accomplish that which I please, and it shall prosper in the thing whereto I sent it. So all these things happen, we know ultimately is the Most High doing it, because the scriptures talk about the signs of the time of the end, and right now these signs being manifest. And we know even though the Lord might do it directly, or he might do it through somebody else, ultimately we know it's the Lord that causing these things, because the end must come. Scripture say, it said, though it tarry, wait for it, for the end, all these things surely must come to pass. You understand? How we see it right now.
And that's why you see what? You see things will come back to in void. At the end of the day, these things must happen. And you're not going to change that. You don't have the option to do that. The Lord do it whatever it is he please in the kingdom of men. And written. You don't have no say. You might think you have that, but you don't have. You know?
Like I was just saying, okay, you see like back in the days when you watch like some of them with biblical movies be kind of accurate on certain things. But when you see like the prophet come and get them bad news, man used to start crying one time. Because they don't know that what the Lord say, you cannot escape it.
What the Lord say, give you straight commandments. He didn't say bend, he didn't say you could dodge around it. No, he said give you straight commandments. This is what you should follow. This is what you should do. Straight. It is what it is. You understand? It is as plain as it could be. If the Lord tell you, don't eat this, don't eat it. It's straight. You can't come up and say, but Lord, why no, but this don't really have shell now. This is our flesh. And no, he gave us straight commandments. He said, don't eat it, it is what it is. But you all get that mentality from you, so we all feel you could talk, you all feel you could do whatever you want, you all feel your opinion matter, and because all you could talk to all the leaders and so nah, it wouldn't have that. That is why it's had the elect, 2/3. So that is why the Lord say all 2/3 is gonna be what? Fried first.
Can.
Then come back. You understand?
I want to ready.
Go ahead.
Say Deuteronomy 32 verse 39 and say, see now that I, even I, am he, and there is no power with me. Right? That go back to what is Shammai. Most High is one God. They say, I kill and I make alive. I wound and I heal.
I wound and I what?
And I heal.
And I heal. Go ahead.
It say, neither is there any that can deliver out of my hands.
There's what?
It said, neither is there any that can deliver out of my hands.
Can deliver out of your hand. And give me that. Give me in Hebrews where it say it's a faithful thing to fall in the hands of the living power. Right? Give me that. Because people don't understand the power of the Lord. None, it said none can deliver you out of the Lord's hand. None.
Until the Lord vexed you.
Yeah, that is it. Watch what the Lord did Israel. Watch what the Lord did Israel. Watch what the Lord did to other kingdom that he was vexed with.
Yeah, you say we prove kings for their sakes.
Yeah,
you say touch the anointing.
you feel it's a game with the Lord? You all really think it's a game? You see, but that is the thing with Jake. Jake love to play. Everything for Jake nowadays is a play and a game. Everything is a game, you know? Everything is a game. Everything is a laugh and a kicks. There's no game coming soon. They're talking about the new variant I was reading this morning.
Yeah, I hear about it yesterday.
Let me go 5 years back, 6 years back. Ebola. That didn't work to ease or best ability. All of you telling me you know it about virus Ebola coming, and you wouldn't shut down airports, or you still at the airport running, so you can travel, then work to the best. That chikungunya, that pox, that other stuff.
The H1N1.
H1N1, but these didn't go to the level I wanted it to go. But this one here should, and know that this one should there. All of a sudden, variants.
Yeah, right. True. You never see something that's multiplied, so that is evolved so fast.
Yeah.
Within the space of how much? About 2 years,
a
year and something. Within a year and something, but we have like about 4 or 5 mutations. You understand? You ever see something mutate so much? I'll start from I'll read Hebrews 10. I'll start from verse 30, right? Hebrews 10 verse 30. It say, for we know him that had said, vengeance belongeth unto me.
What?
It say, for we know him that said, vengeance belongeth unto me. I will recompense.
He will do what?
I will recompense.
So that is why we have to wait on the Lord. Scripture says vengeance is for him. You understand? That is his own. We have to wait on the Lord. We don't have no power to do anything here. The power we have is what we're doing right now. You understand? We don't have the power to go and you feel you can fight this fight. No, we don't have that. We don't have spiritual power, nothing right now. Like it has some men, like come, like we were saying earlier, some of the Israelites who go in anywhere, gun range, and they want to go back in Israel.
You have flies flying into your skull and blowing up your brain.
Yeah.
It was in that video with
the fly going thing,
Nah, you feel like AK gun. AK doing nothing.
And that's the next thing too. It have articles where if you read, they already talk about the American weapon system. It upgrade way beyond what these people have right now. So you understand what they're telling you? If you have a 9s, them have laser.
One missile.
If you have one missile, them have beams. You understand? That is what they're telling you. They're way beyond.
They was even testing a machine that was using song, I think it was, to destroy things.
Yeah, I see that too.
Boy, that is the blessing.
You remember in I can't remember, it's a Transformers. They've all the Transformers series.
Yeah, Transformers.
Right.
The movie, right?
I think there was part 2. I think it's part 2 where the Revenge of the Fallen, when the one that come up from the moon. Remember, it's that boat a big ship, an army ship, but it's sent off like a sonar beam and hit the big robot of the pyramid.
Yeah, and looking down.
That there, that there was a legitimate.
Yeah, that song beam.
That that was a legitimate at that point in time. That was a legitimate ship, meaning that
it
any movie they make it look like it actually have that. And plenty people think it was just a movie thing, like that. No, it actually have it. We want to look it up, you'll see that they have it, and that was way back then. So by now they have something way.
I remember what they were showing there. There's not behind the scenes where they're still experimenting and upgrading.
Yeah, but go. He saw the Lord sword. What sword does do? Made to destroy. So you don't know where the skill is. Where is he so skilled? A great hunter,
He ain't gonna cut bread with that sword.
Yeah. But
read it over, right? Hebrews 10 verse 30 say, "For we know him that had said, Vengeance belongeth unto me, I will recompense, saith the Lord." They say, and again, the Lord shall judge his people.
The Lord shall what?
Shall judge his people.
Yeah, go ahead.
That isn't even in 1 Peter where it say, judgment shall begin at the house of the Lord.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Right, verse 31 it say, "It is a fearful thing to fall into the hands of the living power."
It is a what?
It is a fearful thing to fall into the hands of the living power.
Yeah, it's a fearful thing to fall into the hands of the living power. Fearful. You understand? Again, the scripture say, well, fear him that could hurt what? Body and soul. You understand? The Lord could do whatever it is he pleases to do with you, right? It's a fearful thing to fall in. The Lord could send you mad. And you walk on the road, showing your own shit in your face, so forth.
Eating your shit.
And that is like light judgment. You understand?
And if you look at the state of the world today, I have a lot of people, even though it might be highlighted to its full extent, a lot of people feeling that judgment from the Lord right now. Most people in this country right now, even in this country, we're talking about America, where the unemployment is about 30 million. You understand? Even in this country, because of the restrictions and so forth, a lot of people in this country right now don't have at all. At all. They don't have at all. Right now they're feeling heavy judgment.
And right now, as I mentioned that, as I said that day, right now we feel this is going on in America. They're going through heat waves, where the fact like I think it was yesterday I was watching like how much 20-something people died from the heat. From the heat.
On the back of the financial afflictions.
And on the bank of that. And here what the leaders telling them now. Alright, so the leaders in New York tell them, take off your AC. Take off your AC to save, because right now America going through an energy crisis. They're lacking energy. So they have to save energy right now. At any coming time, energy could actually cut off for them.
Yeah.
Things it gets cut off. Right? And what they're telling people is that to save energy, you all cut off all your AC. So okay, you cut off your AC and you're going through a heat wave. You're going through and somebody say, why should I cut off my AC?
Wow.
When in New York they have all the businesses that closed down with the current on. They have the billboards that are doing nothing with the current Still on. Why not take off that? But they want you to take off your AC in a heat wave.
But these are the leaders that they esteem.
Yeah, these are the leaders they hold up, right?
Understand?
How Jake did say the other day, yeah, we choose Biden because he's the lesser of the two devils.
He's gonna take us out of the sun.
Yeah.
He's the lesser of the two
devils. That is the mindset that they're in, and that is to show you that Jake really gone. Jake gone. Understand?
Wow. Imagine your leader coming and telling you take off your AC. We want to preserve power, even if it might be at the cost of your life. You understand? And these are the people that they choose. These are the ones that they will want to honor more than the Most High. You understand? When these men tell them jump, they will jump.
Yep.
When the Lord tell them jump, they will ask why. You understand? They will ask why. That is these people. Just for a little stimulus check, they'll jump high.
Like I was telling somebody they say you could talk about this government, you could talk about government how much you want. And what I mean talk, you know, like people like to go die and for government or like this, right? I say by the end of the day, we don't know this place is already preparing for an economic collapse. It happened way before and it is going to happen again. You just thinking that they can say they can't do that. That is the agenda that at hand. Wait, there's a few people preparing for it. You feel these elites preparing for it. They're preparing for a total crash. Listen to the things we now mention. Economic collapse, energy disappearing, meaning that soon certain places will be without energy. Heat waves, plagues. Where you feel it is going on?
But that's still good. Remember, you don't consider executive orders.
Yep.
And the executive orders could cut off transport, even cease transport in certain cases. They could seize property that may be beneficial to the state, like food and supplies. So not only they could cut you off from things, they could even have the orders to take stuff that you own if it might be beneficial to them, if it deemed beneficial to them. You understand?
So no food, no.
If you have too much food, they could take it from you and allocate some to somebody else.
What they just tell you is that the food is to go for somebody, but really and truly that food is just a sanction out to people at above. You understand? Yeah.
Like a rich man is saying, instead of giving you $5 from me, I'll take $5 from you and give it to that guy. So I keep my $5. You understand? They're not stupid. The people who follow them are stupid.
That's right. Right.
You say John 3, I'll start from verse 19, right? It say, and this is the condemnation. This is the condemnation that light is come into the world.
What?
And this is the condemnation that light is come into the world.
That light is coming to the world. You understand? Go ahead.
It say, and men loved darkness rather than light.
And men love darkness rather than light. And that is no. You all love darkness rather than light. You all don't want to hear the Lord's word. You don't want to hear nothing from the Lord. But anything evil, anything that considered darkness, bring that first.
Yeah, we down for that.
We down for that. We down for that. You see, once it evil, you consider wickedness. We down for that.
That's how tutors and Israelites think.
Because
you understand?
Again, pretend the light as the truth. You understand? They don't want to hear the truth. But a lie, they want to hear that. Why? Because a lie suits them, a lie comforts them. So they want that. So, hey, the light, now we don't want the light, we want darkness. You understand? Well,
It say, and men love darkness rather than light because their deeds were evil.
because why?
Because their deeds were
So
evil.
many scriptures saying that you're wicked yourself. You're wicked, you're evil. You understand? Because the deeds, the things you all do, you're evil. So at the end of the day, you really feel we should take you all serious? Nah, you all have judgment to receive, and it's coming your way. And people like to say, no, well, I believe in God, I choose the Lord, and the Lord, me and the Lord thing, you know. But the Lord telling me here,
The devil's also believe.
yeah, the devil. Yeah. The Lord telling me here, your deeds are evil, your deeds are wicked.
Can.
You understand?
Because that belief and that love goes back to what? It's back to actually doing what it is you say you believe.
Yeah.
If a man believe that something is wrong, he not going to take part in it.
That's right.
So your actions show what your belief really is.
Yeah.
People doesn't understand that. Just like love. Love is something you show, not just say. You understand? Even though it's something you just feel, it's more something you show. Like how you show your brothers you love them, you show your people you love them by using the law as a guideline on how to treat your brother, how to treat your people. That is love.
That's right.
You understand? It's not just, oh, I love God and I just feel this way towards God. But in your mind, you're saying F away. I want to eat this. I want to do that. This man, girl, is look good. And nobody shouldn't tell me no. You understand? That is not love. Right? Verse 20, it say, John 3 verse 20, it say, for everyone that doeth evil hated the light. It said, neither cometh to the light, lest his...
Just hold on. Read back over one more time.
It say John 3 verse 20, it say for everyone that doeth evil hated the light.
Everyone that doeth evil hated the light. So once you know you don't hear the Lord's word, you don't already know where your section is. Yeah. Your section is not really good, but your section is with what the evil. Plenty people believe in a mind that they're good. You understand? But really and truly,
all the time.
You're really and truly, you're wicked. You understand? You're wicked.
I know people love to say, you're condemning people. This is what the Bible said about these people.
Again, you have to be condemned and be judged. That is something people fail to realize. In this thing, you have to be judged.
You're condemned if you don't change.
Yeah, you're condemned if you don't change.
Yeah,
But you have to be judged.
Can.
In order to repent and so forth, in order to change from your ways, somebody has to judge you. Somebody have to judge you. Because you have to know if you're good or They don't know where you're going off, where you're wrong. So in order to do that, they have to judge you.
That discernment must take place to tell what the person doing is right or wrong.
You all listen to Tupac and them words too much. That's why Daniel say, Tupac, that only God could judge me. You all hold a Tupac word more than what the Lord really say.
And that's our wicked Niger's mentality.
Yeah.
Because really and truly, the Lord did judge them through the scriptures.
Yeah, and that saying only the Lord could judge me just means that they just want to continue in the wickedness. Only God could deal with me, and again, it's a fearful thing to fall in the hands of the living power. That is why you always be going through all this sort of madness. You understand? That is why pain and pestilence come into all it. Because that is how the Lord judges now.
Can.
You understand?
Yeah, and when they receive that judgment, they will be clueless.
Yeah. The scripture say it wouldn't be by the rebuke can go be by words no more, but by fire.
Can.
You understand? So hey, go ahead.
It says, for everyone that doeth evil hated the light, neither cometh to the light,
Neither what?
Neither cometh to the light, lest his deeds should be reproved. And that one thing Jake hate. Jake hate reproof.
Yeah.
Good.
Them not again they say unless the deeds be reproved. They don't want to be reproved. Jake do like to hear the wrong. Like when you hear Jake talk, right? I hear Jake talk the other night. And the shit he say, even the men who with him say, dog, what are you saying? But first he want to be right. He's like, well, that's my opinion, that thing. But when they go in and tell him, well, by here where you're wrong. This is where you're wrong, right? He ball, but I only opinion. But they say, but this is what it is. But that is to show you that Jake just don't want to be reproved. Jake just want to have their own mind, their own thing. They don't make them think that their own thing and so forth.
A stubborn and rebellious people.
Stiff-necked. You know?
Verse 21, it say, but he that doeth truth cometh to the light. Into the scripture, same proverb, it say what a wise man, proof a wise man he shall love thee. You understand? You say, but he that doeth truth cometh to the light, and his deed, it say that his deeds may be made manifest, that they are wrought in the Most High.
Yeah.
You understand? So when the righteous come to the light, they're not afraid of the light. They want to change. They want to work on themselves. Especially when they see the things that come into this place. They want to be ready. The scripture say, well, make yourselves ready to the battle.
That's right.
That battle that come in. You understand? We're going through a battle all now. But that boss battle in the end. You understand? We want to be ready for that battle. We don't want to be like people who lost out here, people who the Lord not going to be taken care of.
That's right.
The scriptures say what He will keep us in that time. We don't want to be like those who going to be running about hungry. Scriptures say what? In that time, my servant shall eat, but ye shall be hungry.
As I all know, we better with faith. That is all know we serve in the Lord. We better with faith, we serve in the Lord. We doing what we have to do. So in that time, the Lord watch over us. You understand? At the end of the day, we have to work. And that's what we're doing. That's certain things we can't do right now due to the fact that we restrained. You understand? We restrained, but nonetheless, we still do what we have to do. Right? Still, we can make up for something here and there, we put something there, that is what we do.
It's like the apostles always say, do it to the best of your ability. Because at the end of the day, this is our job. The scriptures say what? They say this is the full duty of man, to fear the Lord and keep His commandments. Whether we live to see kingdom or not, that is our duty until the end.
And if we live, if we die, still going to see the kingdom at the end. If we live, we're going to see the Lord come with the chariots. You understand? At the end of the day, most important, we want to be serving Yahweh Shem Yahushai. That is the most important thing.
And we have some back in the days, oh, when the saints come out,
yeah, come out,
Yeah, that's right. You want to be in the number.
Yeah.
You want to be in the number.
Yeah, you want to be that. You want to get a new body. You want to get a new body, that new frame. You want to get a spiritual power. You want to receive that crown from your Shai.
You want to be the first fruits.
Yeah, you want to of that fruits. You want to be, woo.
Not being eternal shame.
Nah, you don't want to be that.
Yeah,
you don't want to be that. So that is why you have to hearken unto this word. Take your rebuke, repent, turn back to the Lord.
Can.
And someone saying, anything else there?
No, that's it.
So You know, once again, when I give our praises to Yahweh,
Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakakodash,
which is the Father and Son name in the Hebrew,
Can.
and the Son the original tongue. We say double and say apostles and elders of great most and well. Our teachers, our apostles in the truth. We say salutations for the come say pushing the truth and say then and they ought to come to the season we say Shalom.
Shalom.
We say Mawat to la Babel.
Can.
Mawat to the 2/3. Mawat to the holy heathens.
Can.
And some Mawat to this place. But until then to the sincere we say Shalom.
Shalom.